Good morning, it is me, Mysterina Star, and I'm back with another vlog. Today, I just want to talk about the fact that I used to care what people thought about me. Yeah. Basically, I was concerned how I was perceived and stuff, and this appearance of me and, what I should do. And I used to be very, very much concerned. And when I stopped caring what people thought of me, that's when I became really happy. And yeah, I think it's just with youth, isn't it? Like when you were younger, like you used to care what your friends thought of you, what people will think of you, and you had this idea of what you should be doing, and whether if you don't see other people doing it, then you'll be like, oh, I can't do that. So yeah, I used to be really concerned about what people thought of me and stuff, but when I stopped caring, that's when I actually became really happy. I'm like, why should I care? Why should I have to care about what people think of me? That's when I became really happy. And I think it's so sad because I sort of grew up before this crazy social media, Instagram. I mean, when I was like a lot younger, it was about High Five and Facebook, but it wasn't that crazy, so you could be anonymous. So I feel like it's a blessing that I missed out on all this crazy Instagram, because right now all these young people they're just doing things for likes, and it's just gross. It's just not good. It's not good for your soul, and they're not truly free at all, let's be honest. So how are they gonna stop caring about what people think when everything is like online, Snapchat, Instagram, and they're literally living for likes, whether they like their picture or not, and it's all edited, all this makeup, outfit for likes. They're just basing their whole life on whether someone likes them or not, which is really sad. And how are they supposed to not give a shit about what people think when their whole life is on social media, and it's making it seem like they're slaves to social media and likes? They're not going to stop caring about what people think, because their whole life revolves around what people think and how many likes they have, how many shares they have, and all this nonsense. And these people cannot be free unless they just don't give a F about what people think. It's just extremely sad that they're living in such a vain, arrogant generation. And when they stop all that nonsense, that's when they'll be free. So, just don't be controlled about what other people think of you and perceive of you. So you should just do what you like, not, oh, it's the latest trend. It's just a sad world, really, to be controlled by what, other people decide. Oh, this is in fashion now. You got to do this, you got to do that. This hairstyle's in fashion. Follow. It's just like there's someone sitting there controlling what's going to be in fashion in season. Right now, being racially ambiguous is in fashion. Being gender translucent or whatever it's called is in fashion. So they're trying to blur the lines, and that's just sad. I'm totally against that. And people, it's ruining creativity, it's ruining individuality, because you have these people trying to make things as blurred as possible, and it's just not right. There's no such thing as a fucking transracial person or racially ambiguous. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to blur the lines now, as well as like gender neutral, all this nonsense. It's just so sad. So now's the time when you should be like, fuck that, I've got my own identity, and rejecting it. Reject it, man. They're trying to control you. They're trying to control your worth by how people like you. And they're the ones that set the tone of what you should be. They're the ones that set the tone. When I talk about the elite are the ones that are in charge of what is in fashion, you know. Who are they? They're not God. You, that's here on this planet, are far more powerful than you think. You are supposed to be running things, but a lot of people don't know this. Like, they don't know that it's actually them that decides if they want to. They can change things overnight, but they've sort of ruined people's subconscious. They've ruined their confidence to think that they are powerless when they're not. They're actually very powerful. They don't know that, you know. So a long time ago, when I just stopped giving a shit what people think, that's when I realized how powerful I was. That's when I realized, oh, you can have power in what you say, and other people will, if it's truthful, they'll follow. So I'm just calling people to reject this idea that you should be this person, because this world is not in our hands at the moment. It's on the hands of the elite, the evil ones. It's in the hands of them. So why are you playing their game? You're playing their game, and their game is literally gonna put you down a ditch. That's how it's designed, to put people like you down the ditch. So you should reject it and play your game. How about that? That's when you'll win, hands down, 100%. So as I was saying, stop giving a shit what people think about you. Do not give a shit. You should set the tone. Literally, you should set the tone and play your game, because right now you're playing their game, the losing game, the like game. You will lose. You're literally giving up your soul. That's what you're doing. And too many women are controlled by this social media controlling them, and especially black women, because they don't really know where they belong in the world right now. So a lot of them are kind of lost. When you stop giving a shit what people say about you, that's when you realize how powerful you will be. And especially if you're a woman of color, because right now, if you go online, there's like a war against you, man. There's a proper war against you. There's a war on everything about you. So that's when you need to sort of be like, you know what, I'm gonna be myself. I'm not gonna live my life to try and please you. Just be yourself. That's when you know that you're very powerful. So the more you do that, the more you'll speak up. So as I said, stop the likes, give up the likes, forget that of social media, forget the online dating. That's not for you either. And yeah, forget that, because honestly, you are powerful. I'm not telling you, I don't know how to describe it, but every one of you are supposed to rule on this planet. Every single one of you is supposed to rule, but people don't know that. You don't even know how powerful you are. And the way you can test it is by going against what you're supposed to say and then doing something. Then you'll see just how powerful you can be. And that can only happen when you stop giving a shit about what people think about you. That's when the real power comes out. When you're too busy pandering to them and trying to make them happy, it's not going to happen. So honestly, there's a plant here. I quite like this plant. Don't know if you can see it. Nice plant. When you finally give up caring about what people think about you, that is when the real you will come out. Because right now we're just sort of zombies, all acting the way we're supposed to acting. That's not the way. There's no power in that at all. Just following. There's no power in following. Literally there isn't. So honestly, people, YouTube, I advise you to finally become who you want to be when you stop giving a shit about what people think about you. I am Miss Jarina Starr. I've been back with another vlog, and I'll be back again. Bye.